Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video we are back with the money making videos, and we are going to be looking at something which is taking a bit of a spike on in terms of the sort of profit it's making per hour. It's always been a very solid money making method for crafting, roughly been about 10 to 12 mil per hour, but because of the recent roadmap post, prices on certain urns have gone and spiked. And that's going to be the money making video, and that's going to be the method we're looking for this video. We're going to be looking at crafting urns. Now, urns is solid, doesn't really need a very high crafting level. I think you can make some of the decorated urns at level 76 crafting. That's when you can start doing wood cutting and fishing, and then from there up until about 84 we finally finish with a decorated crafting urn. So for this video, we're mainly looking at the decorated urns because those are the highest tier, and those are the tier that people are going to look to get. So for an urn, again, ignore this grand exchange. It's just gone through an absolute madness with my previous video, which I hope I've got up now based on the Juju Herbal potions. Hopefully it should be in the corner of this video. It's something where we make quite a bit of money on a video, to be fair, and highlight some huge money making methods, like really done quite well. So, soft clay is up in a minute. It's currently 3k per clay, which is probably linked to the price of the urns. So we're going to go through all the urns. I think the wiki currently is off on terms of its GP. The urns, which is speculated to make the most money at the minute, is the decorated runecrafting urn. At the minute, it's sort of stated to make somewhere between like 25 mil profit per hour crafting this urn. And to be fair, 16k for an urn is pretty high. We're going to be making 10k profit with the decorated runecrafting urn. And what I would always suggest before you go and make a big bulk of urns is check the prices on all of them. Only because they do change. And as you can see, the cooking ones just outperformed the runecrafting one. And runecrafting is supposed to be the top of all of them. Divination urns at 22.5k. And again, like just from seeing those prices, they are very high. And you are going to be making bank. 25k for a farming one. We're going up and up as we go past. Fishing, 22.9. Hunter. And there are some which are definitely more bought than others. I'd say like the farming one is the most bought out of a lot. There you go. Hunter at 14k is not the one. Mining, probably very high at the minute because of the mining update. 17k. Wow, that's surprising. But I suppose it's been a week. A lot of people have already done it and starting to move out. We've done that one. Smelting. Never really got the smelting urn. Never really understood what it was for. 15k, yeah. And then finally the old wood cutting urn, which could be high because 110 wood cutting has been announced. 20k, right, okay. So these are the urn prices, and as we can see, the best performing one is farming, which isn't a surprise because of how quick you go through the farming urns. But divination and fishing are all in the 22k mark or higher. Runecrafting, on the base of it being announced it's going to be 110 runecrafting, absolutely spiked, which is what people sort of assumed is what caused urns to go up. But runecrafting ones were quoted for a time of actually being 25 mil profit per hour, which is crazy. But all these are significantly higher than their grand exchange price. Like, these three here are easy like 8k over where they should be on the grand exchange. So that's why you need to check your margins. And by checking your margins, you can find out which ones are worthwhile doing. With how urns are at the minute, I wouldn't make a massive stack. Like a lot of the times, if I'm scaling for profit, I'll do 10k of one item and then sell them. I would sell them every 1,000 because the worst thing you could do is make 10,000 urns just to find out that after 3,000 you will lose in profit compared to the others. So always look at checking the margins, but also regularly be selling your urns to make sure that it's got the most profit for you in the long run. And you'll notice that on all my series, that's what I do. I will be making some form of GP with a method, and I'll be selling it in intervals as well, just to keep things selling in the meantime, just so I either have cash to hand or I'm not waiting to sell them all in one big bulk, so I can't have anything to do in the meantime. Now, in terms of urns per hour, you should be looking at making just under 1,800 urns. So if you're making something like a 10k profit, which we were going to be making with the decorated urns, that's easily 18 mil. If we're going to be making something around 18 mil here, that's when you start to get towards like the 25 mil profit per hour with urns. And like the fact that you can make that much money with something like this is crazy. Like you could make this from 76 crafting. 76 crafting is not hard to get. You get to battle staffs, get battle staffs to urns, and then that's when you can start printing with this. Now, some things to make urns easier is if you have access to lunar diplomacy, you can use the fire urn spell, which means that you're not having to go to a kiln and do it really, really slowly in terms of cooking the clay. Urns are a two-step process, which I'll go to a crafter now and we'll go and show you. Now, if you've done Plague City, you can go and use the clay crafting in the Ithil district. Me personally, I much prefer to use the crafter because you do have a chance of making extra urns, and extra urns is going to be extra profit. So there is our crafter. We are going to get some clay. So first thing you can do, well, I've already done it, you can configure the portable crafter to have clay crafting as your first option. So here you've got two options. You've got form clay and fire clay. So we're going to form clay, which is us turning them into urns, and you've got your drop down for whatever urns you want to do. Because of what I've already got in my bank, I'm going to be making some mining urns. But again, do what's best profit and what you can do for your level. So it's going to require 2 clay for each urn, and then basically you can craft the clay on the portable crafter. And again, you will save resources, so if you've got a brooch, you can use a brooch, but what you're going to make is an unfired urn. And then what you need to do next is fire the urn. As you can see, we've saved some soft clay. So with this, you can fire clay, and this is basically going to be the next process. And urns are a 2-step process, which is why people complain they're slow. It's because they're not just a 1-step process like a fire battle staff would be, where you basically put in the orb onto the battle staff and that's finished. With urns, you've got to make the urn and then fire the urn. So as you can see, we are firing the urn, and it's not very quick, and this is the slow part, but also the part you get sort of like the most XP. Now what you can do, rather than this step, but you are going to miss out on the crafter bonus unless you do the first few with the crafter and then you are still viable for the bonus. So you're still viable for the 10%, you can then use the spell fire urn. So I just need to use an astral. Now your absolute best friend with doing this money making method is the elemental battle staff. The elemental battle staff will save you on all your elemental runes and basically save you a lot of GP with this spell. As you can see, you needed 10 fire runes, you needed 5 earth runes and 5 water runes. That is quite easily like 2-3k, which is going to eat into your profit. Whereas if you use the elemental battle staff, all you need to buy then is just 1 astral rune. And as you see, once you click that, you can then do your urns in 1 tick a go. If I would have got more astral runes, that would have been better to show you. So I'll definitely get some more. But as you see then, you change it to 1 tick. You still get a crafting XP, but you also get some magic XP. But look at the speed at which you made those urns. It's a lot better, and will make you your urns a lot quicker as well. What you'd probably be better doing is making all your urns into the first form first. Just continuously make the urns unfinished, and then do all these in one go. What I would advise to do all this stage first with your clay, make the unfinished urns first, and then after that, what you could basically be doing is set a preset up to fire all the urns in the next stage afterwards. Because it's just simply quicker in my mind to do that. That's how I would approach it anyway. But whatever works for you, whatever you prefer, and whatever you think is going to be quicker, just do that. But as you see, using the fire urn spell, definitely worthwhile doing. It's only loot and diplomacy, so you need to do the first quest as well. But you do fire through it. Now, if you want to, you can go and get your soft clay yourself by mining them in Buisness. You don't have to, but if you need to do it that way, you can do it that way as well. Mining clay will be a decent money maker for a little time being because the clay price is so high. 3k for clay is pretty decent, but from that one info, again, you saw we were just messing around, weren't really trying. We did make quite a bit of profit from that as well, but you do have to take away your costs. But the elemental battle staff does come in clutch, it saves you a lot of money, only costs 2.3 mil, and you'll probably make that in like 10 minutes of your first hour. So definitely something worthwhile doing for that. But it's a great crafting method. In terms of crafting XP, you are looking about 220k crafting XP per hour. So it's nowhere near like slow as some people make it out. Urns are a little bit grindy, I will definitely give you that, because of the 2-step sort of phase. But if you do all this in one go and then do all your firing in one go, I think you can split it up to a decent level where it's not that grindy as well. But crafting now from level 70, making up to 25 mil per hour, definitely capitalize on it if you have an account. Definitely good for an alt as well. AFK enough to where you can sort of do it on the side. Doing the lunar quest is going to make it so much quicker for you. I know it's annoying to go and do the quest, but it's very much worthwhile for you to go and do just to make it that bit easier. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, another money making video to throw on the channel. I know we've not been doing too many lately, but just wanted to throw a couple out to sort of blend up and just change it from doing all the serious stuff as well. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. Drop in the comments any sort of money making ideas you've got or anything you want to see on the channel, and I'll make sure I'll get that done as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.